Hello and welcome, I'm Arumba. Thank you for joining me. Let's play some more TACTeam Scotland with Shenra. Say hello.
Hello.
So your internet is back. It's working.
It's back. I don't know what it is. Comcast is garbage.
Yes. Did you hear about some of the news with what they're talking about? They're like, in the next week, that guy for the FCC is supposed to be making some announcement about making internet in the United States into a Class 2 or Title 2 or whatever it's called, communication thing.
Mr. Wheeler. Well,
Scott Wheeler, is it?
I hope he puts
Tom
his
Wheeler.
money where his mouth is.
We'll see. Right about the time this video goes live, we'll hear the answer.
France is so confident in this war that he is actually sieging down all these provinces. Like, hitting the button.
Assault? Yeah.
Yeah, this guy's crazy.
Well, he breached those walls, so he only needs like half the troops. I don't like Assault. I like Assault in Crusader Kings 2 because there's no monarch point cost.
Yeah, why did they put a monarch point cost? That's so silly.
Because it's mana, you know, every activity in this game is tied to monarch points in some way. But like, you're already making a decision. You already have to decide, is it worth sacrificing these troops and their morale to take this holding faster? So there's already a trade-off. I don't like the monarch point addition.
All right, remind me, if we do go to war with England, we must switch... Oh, wow, Oligarchical Republic. We must switch our vassals over to defensive stance or supportive stance, because currently I put them on aggressive, and I'm using my brain waves here, sending my brain through the internet to get Munster to fabricate on Meath. He needs to do that.
You don't think he is planning on it?
I think he's an AI, and I think the AI is pretty derpy.
He's already a militarist. He's gonna fabricate claims based on his personality, not based on his vassal stance. That's what I've heard. That's what people have been telling me. The thing that determines whether or not a vassal is willing to fabricate claims is their military AI.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. You're right.
And if you look at him, it says Munster is a militarist. He'll seek to aggressively expand at the expense of their neighbors.
Have you noticed sometimes nations like Poland will take colonists? Will have colonist leaders? Doesn't make any sense.
Just paradox things. £. I mean, their company name is Paradox, so it's paradoxical or something.
They're hiding behind that convenient name.
So you notice France never thought to invite us to this war.
Probably because on his end, if we were an AI, we wouldn't join because it's like either a distant war or probably just distant war. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Wow. So Castile's in this war, but they haven't done anything. They are literally at 0 war score. They have done nothing. They're not blockading. They're not invading.
Well, they are rivaled with Aragon, so there's no way they'd get military access through there. They could come in through Navarra.
Aragon's vassal, and you always know, if two nations rival each other, their vassals always give military access to each other.
Just paradox things, £. How many times is that going to come up, you think? Yeah, they have military access through Navarra. Great. So there's no excuse for them to not be attacking southern France.
Maybe France has killed his army?
Maybe, but I don't think so. Oh, hey.
Sweden wants help against Denmark and Norway. This is a defensive war. Uh-oh. I mean, we'll join. Sure.
It still has 23,000 troops somewhere.
Denmark has declared war on Sweden. So this is something really stupid. Sweden declares independence from Denmark. Independence. Denmark says, hey, I got a good ally. I'm going to declare war on you. Does he go to get the Union back? No, he declares reconquest. Freaking hell.
I take it you accepted the call, or are you still thinking about it?
Well, I just wanted to rant about how Denmark made the wrong declaration of war. He should have declared for restoration of order to bring Sweden back under his belt, and instead he declared reconquest. That's just stupid.
He doesn't have that CB.
Yes, he does, because Sweden was in a personal union.
Right, but I'm looking at Denmark's diplomacy page, and they don't have that CB.
He must have let it expire.
Yeah, that's probably why he didn't declare it.
All right, we're in.
All right, I'm going to decline it now. Should I test it? We're already in. If I click the decline button, do you think it'll mess things up?
I think it's okay. What I'm concerned about is how many ships do these guys have, and should we dock up? I think we're okay.
Yeah, that's
Let's
true.
find out.
This information is hidden in multiplayer.
Let's see. Denmark has 29 ships, including 6 trade ships, 19 galleys.
Oh,
As long as we stay out of the Baltic Sea, we should be okay from those galleys.
just for a second here, I mean, that's just so ridiculous. This is so arbitrary. This information is hidden in multiplayer. No, it's not. We can go into the ledger. Like, why not just show it? Anyway.
Because
I know. You can lock the ledger. There's a way to lock the ledger in this game setup. But...
Norway has 1 boat. We're good. You know what? Since Norway's in this war, why don't we take this as an opportunity to invade Orkney and Iceland?
Okay. Do you want to raise maintenance, or should I? You gonna keep maintenance down?
I think we'll put maintenance at like half. I don't expect to engage any armies at all.
Okay. We gotta get Orkney right away.
Yeah.
So that Sweden might give it to us. Do you know specifically what the AI criteria are for when they'll actually give you a claim as part of the peace deal?
No idea.
I know that if on my end, if I'm winning a war and one of my vassals or allies has a province that they have a claim or core on occupied, and I don't give it to them,
they get pissed off.
Pissed off.
Sweden's navy just got wrecked.
But they only get pissed off if you don't give them something and you took a huge amount yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you don't take anything, or if you're losing the war, they don't get upset.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're probably not going to win this war because at this point, Sweden only has 9 soldiers. That's not a big number.
And they're at war with Muscovy and Perm.
And Denmark and Norway. Denmark has 16 troops. Well, we'll see. I mean, we'll do our part. We'll do our thing.
Have you ever been called into a war as a co-belligerent?
No, I don't think the AI does that.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that happen. I've never been able to call my allies in to a defensive war. Well, we have enough money for another boat.
Oh wow, Sweden is massively recruiting. Is he burning manpower or is he getting mercenaries? Sweden is burning manpower. Okay.
Do you know there's another trick you can do to start your sieges a month faster?
What's the trick?
All right, so Orkney has 2,000 garrison, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you send in your troops and your troops land on a hostile province, they suffer an attrition tick of 1%. So
okay.
You sent 2,000 men in, they suffered 1% attrition, there's not enough men to do the siege. If you send your troops and then you shift queue them through the province and then back to like the highlands in this case, then since they're not technically stopping, they're not landing in Orkney, they don't suffer the attrition tick.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Once they're in Orkney, you just cancel the movement to the highlands and they'll start sieging right away with 2,000 men.
And they won't take the tick.
Now that you know that, now you can't play the normal way and it's going to drive you nuts all the time.
I'll forget it, don't worry. I'll try it.
Try it. Land them
I'm landing some troops, right. But we'll send them to Arkureki and then we'll cancel the move.
Yep. That's how you do it. Of course, they've already suffered attrition from
being on a boat.
A boat, but they won't suffer the landing attrition for starting a siege. Gameplay gimmicks number 4. Should keep a tally.
Oh, someone just declared war on Burgundy. Oh, he's so boned.
You tricked in the punitive war.
Oh wow, someone else joined the coalition. Man, Europe really loves their coalitions. Yeah, you're right. We didn't take any attrition, and I canceled the move. No attrition. Wow, that's so strong.
Yep, and you've got 4 men up there, so you do the same thing.
I can't believe that's a thing. That's amazing.
I actually hate it. I wish they'd remove it from the game.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like the idea that there's so many little gamey things you can do, like the doubling up the advisor, not doubling up the diplomatic relations. I don't like that.
I would actually prefer for them to remove this because it drives me nuts. Because I know that the optimal way to play is to do it every single province you march through on every single siege.
Yeah.
And so I feel compelled to play that way because that's just the way my mind works. If they just got rid of it, here, stop them now.
So here's a really bad decision. Sweden has built a new army, and instead of grouping it up into a big stack, he's got it split in 4 pieces.
That seems reasonable. Send 4,000 men over to fight Muscovy.
Yeah,
4,000 to fight Denmark.
Yeah. I'm just going to look at the other direction and pretend that's not happening.
I do that too. That whole issue isn't happening if I'm looking at some other part of the map.
Yep. In my Qing campaign, Castile got a personal union over Austria. It was just ridiculous. So Castile and Portugal blobbed out. Obviously, they got all the colonies in the New World. They had this massive power base. And the colonies never get independence anymore. So even at endgame, Castile had 300,000 more troops than their force limit allowed.
That's nuts.
Let that sink in. Their force limit was 200k. They had 500k troops.
Wow. The AI goes crazy with, if they have the money, they'll go over it with no question.
Just insane.
Ottomans do it all the time with galleys. Hey, look at that. We're actually at 20 power projection.
Indeed.
We almost get a free ruler, free leader. Not that we're going to hire one.
I wouldn't take it, yeah.
It's not likely we're going to stay above 20, 25. But still...
Right. Can Sweden win? If they can win some of these small little battles, they'll still be okay.
Yeah, I mean, they start off with 20% infantry combat ability.
Yeah. It just bothers me that they decided to recruit all those troops and then split them up.
Yeah. AI is bad. You got 5 sitting on a wand.
Let me quote Paradox. Lead developer for EU4. I don't give a fuck about the AI. End quote.
I don't think he said that.
He did.
I don't think he said that. He said something about single player. Didn't he? He said something about the single player because it was a multiplayer thing. People were saying like it was the truce timer debate, and they changed it from 5 years to variable 5 to 15.
Yes.
They said that. I think that's what it was. It was Johan that said it.
It was, and they removed the post.
Yeah. Damage control.
It's okay. I took a screenshot. It's fine.
Yeah. Streisand effect. Don't show this information. Okay.
Okay, we've maxed relations with Portugal. He's somewhat happy with us. I would like to stretch our influence down there because with France as our ally, we could wind up in situations where fighting Castile is going to happen. But we'll see. Oh, rebels in Denmark. Nice.
That's interesting. I was actually just looking into this. I was trying to look at their revolt risk to see if there's any way we could support rebels there. I love supporting rebels. When it works awesome.
Muscovy annexed Pskov. Okay.
That would be my like main thing I'd like to see in the next patch is more information about supporting rebels. Because right now, if you support...
Ooh. Merchant defects. Mercantilism is right. Gain 1 mercantilism and lower trade power in the North Sea for a few months. No, 10 years.
How much trade power?
10 years. 10 trade power.
And right now in the North Sea we have 60. So
well, the other option is lose mercantilism. So obviously we'll take mercantilism.
There is no choice. Yeah, there's no choice in that event. But what were we saying? Forget now. Oh, right. In the next patch, what I'm hoping is that, like, okay, if you go to support rebels in another country, you have more information about those rebels before you support them than while you're supporting them. And that doesn't make sense. If you're sending money to people, you should be able to say, like, hey, here's 50 ducats. By the way, when do you think you might rebel? Or, like, how's the progress coming along?
Yeah.
Or, like, hey, do you have any troops ready? Like, instead of saying, okay, if you want to know more about the revolt risk, you need to actually stop supporting rebels and then look at it again.
Check it again, yeah.
And then start it again, and then you can see. Like,
that's a little silly.
I think you should at the very least be able to see the rebel progress bar. Right? Like, you should be able to see 60, 70, 80%, whatever it's at. And they should also fix the tooltip. The tooltip's just broken right now. When they changed it from revolt risk to unrest, it doesn't show a proper summation of the actual revolt risks.
What does it show?
Some weird, our navy's under attack.
You might want to dock that up.
Yeah, we're gonna retreat.
Okay. Good.
It shows like some weird number, like pick England, I think, for example. Okay, so Lollard heretics, 0.72%. That number has no basis in reality. It means nothing. 0.72% is nonsense. You go and look at the Lawlord Heretics, look at Cumbria. Unrest there's 11.6.
Is it based on the entire nation, maybe?
What it is, I think, is that when it was Revolt Risk, the number worked. It added all the numbers together. And then when they changed it to Unrest, there's just some divider or, something in there that's messing up the math. It's just wrong.
Well, he has 3 provinces. 4. Let me see. 4. He has 4 provinces with Lawlord Revolt Risk. 4 of them. So if you add all of those up, and you divide by all of his provinces, how much total percentage would that be? Would that be like 0.7?
No.
Okay.
He's got 6 provinces with Lawlord Heretics. Essex, Gwynedd, Lincoln, Cumbria, Meath, London.
Okay. Yeah.
The math is just wrong. There's no sense to it. Anyway,
we didn't lose any trade ships, did we?
No.
Oh, good.
Didn't lose a single one. We are losing money, though, now that we're not protecting trade.
That's okay. It's just for a short time.
I think we should still send them out there. They got away once.
Oh, goodness. Sweden keeps attacking against Muscovy's giant stacks. Stop it. Sweden, what the hell?
All right, so our individual war score against Denmark is at 14, is that right? No, it's at 2.
Why does it say 14?
I don't know. When you hover over it in there, it says 14. I don't know.
Paradox, please.
Just paradox things, £. Anyway, they're going to lose the war, and...
We don't know that.
We might get treaties annulled, possibly.
I'm still dropping off troops.
Taking the islands?
Yes, sir.
Oh, hey, we can get our third idea.
Go for it.
I think
What's
we
the
should.
next idea?
Trade range.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Now we can go to Rhineland, right?
Yes. Right now we've got a guy... Let's see. I think we take the guy who's in the in the North Sea, who's effectively making us like 0.1 ducats, and we send him to Rhineland.
Okay.
Our inland bonus is still 10, so it should give us at least like 0.3 ducats.
I'm very carefully trying to unload these troops without Denmark's navy crushing our transports. So far, I don't see them. So we're good.
Okay, we're making 3.1 ducats now.
Okay.
But we've had some modifiers. We lost the 10 trade power in the North Sea.
Mm-hmm.
We have like a minus 5% trade efficiency penalty right now. And
I think we're still good.
Weren't we making like 3.5 at one point? Or am I...
I don't know. If I check our trade window, 3.11. Well, 43% of our income. I know we were making 43. We were making more than 40% of our income previously.
Okay, I think it's just because we've had some bad trade events, lost trade power, and I wonder if that affects trade propagation. Are we even getting trade propagation?
Shouldn't we?
From provincial trade power only now. So, if you have a power modifier like minus 10 from event, I don't know. In the North Sea, we have trade power, so we should have trade propagation up into the White Sea.
We're getting 3.4% from power projection, 6% from prestige, 1% from stability, 10% from trade efficiency, 10% from quote-unquote the traders, and 10% from shrewd commerce practice in Rhineland. No, apparently that was someone else. Okay, so I have to pause the game if I actually want to see this?
Yeah, I just noticed that. I'm trying to scroll it down. Every month it's resetting.
That sucks.
I'm going to pause it. I do want to see it for just a second. We just have Collecting from trade, not in capital, which is normal. Shrewd commerce practices. It's fine. Oh well.
You know, we could potentially land some troops to try to help Sweden, but I'm really not interested.
Me either. I think we should take Administrative Tech 5.
Tech
soon.
5.
Although we might... Do we need the points for coring? Do you think there's any chance we could get land here? I don't think...
We're not going to get land here, no.
Then we should take it so we get the...
Let's tech it. Done.
Production efficiency bonus, 20%.
Very nice.
Sick.
And we can start building temples if we so wish.
Which we do, because it'll give us naval force limit.
Temples do?
Yes. Every 2 temples on the coastal province will give you 1 naval force limit. See, I know everything about naval force limit.
Wait a minute. Every 2 temples on a coastal province. How do you put 2 on 1?
I'm saying like every 2 provinces that you build temples in that are coastal will give you 1 naval force limit.
Where does that come from?
That's just how it works. Every 4 provinces that you build a temple in anywhere that are not distant overseas will give you 1 land force limit.
Really? What?
Yes.
Okay. It's news to me. Really? That sounds so weird.
If you press F13 and then you're looking at your economy tab, look at the tax base, 35.73. So it's even numbers, right? So 36.
Wait, where are you looking?
Press F1 and then 3. Keyboard shortcuts, man. Get with the times. Novgorod will be forced to give Denmark. Novgorod will annul treaties with Sweden.
Okay, so Novgorod's out of the war. It doesn't matter. He's toast. Muscovy's going to finish him off next time. That's fine.
Yep. So you're looking on the economy tab.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What are we looking for?
Tax base. 35.73.
Yes.
Divide that by 4. That is going to be every 4 base tax will give you 1 force limit.
Divide that by 4. Every 4 base tax gives you 1 force limit.
Yeah. So, like, if we go from 35.73 to 36, we'll gain a force limit. Every 4th force limit. Every 4th base tax. Every 2nd coastal base tax counts. So, it's a little more complicated with coastal provinces, but, yeah. We should build a temple. It'll give us one more land force limit right now.
Sounds good. Also, Burgundy is...
dead?
They're dead.
Notice how the Burgundian inheritance is not fired.
Yep.
Because it can't.
That's quite interesting. Oh, the last jousting tournament. Do we want prestige for a while at the cost of 30 admin points? Prestige for 20 years. And morale of armies. Oh god, yes. Morale of armies plus 10. Yearly army tradition plus 1 for 20 years. Yes, please.
I think so, yeah.
There you go. Burgundy will siege Charolais, Franche-Comté, Picardy, Rethel, Nevers. Wow. And Burgundy broke their alliance with Castile. Okay. France entered a coalition... No, England coalition France. Okay.
Okay, our truce is over, isn't it?
Our truce is indeed over, so we could declare war. France would not join because it would call him into war with Denmark.
And because he's in debt. But if he wasn't in debt and we weren't at war with Denmark, he would join.
Okay. Yep, France has switched over to friendly, by the way. No longer defensive.
Awesome. We can use them against Brittany. Maybe.
Do you want to eat Brittany? If we do that, we'll piss off France forever.
Yeah, but then they can't eat them.
Yeah, but then we lose our best ally.
True. But then we just get better allies.
Who's a better ally than France?
I don't know. Castile plus Austria. 1 plus 2 is better.
I'll go for relations, I guess, with Castile and Austria. I think he might be a little bit crazy.
I just think eventually France can't be our friend.
Okay, Sweden's going for one last-ditch effort to wrest control of this war. If he can actually kill some of these Muscovite troops, he's got a chance at turning this war around. I don't know if he can do it.
There's a very good chance that Aragon's going to lose Naples soon.
What's his prestige?
Negative 18, and he's 64.
Okay.
So that's interesting.
You know what there's not a good chance of?
What?
There's not a good chance of Denmark losing his union. We're getting attacked again with the Navy.
I'll get it on the first as soon as we're allowed to. You don't need to click. You just gotta wait till the first. Relax.
I'm clicking.
Why? Stop it.
There we go.
All those clicks did nothing.
Feels good to click.
Your mouse is gonna break. We have still 5 naval force.
Oh, Muscovy reinforced. Darn it.
Do we want more boats first, or do we want to build a temple first?
Temple. Temple allows more boats, right?
Right, but we're not at the force limit, so it doesn't matter. I think we should build more boats.
Oh, Sweden.
More boats better. We hit the timer, by the way.
More better boats? I did.
You did, but you don't even comment on it, do you?
What am I supposed to say? Oh, good. Let's end now. Bye.
No. You're supposed to say something about paradox. Just paradox things outside. There's nothing to do with anything. Why are we in this war? I mean, let us out. We should separate peace. Who cares? Let's just get out and like say Sweden go to hell.
Well, if we do that, does it harm us to be in the war though? Like we really don't have any exhaustion.
We have 1.42 war exhaustion. It's 14 months of war exhaustion that we could be buying down between now and our war with England.
True.
And what? Staying friends with Sweden, who's clearly a loser.
Ooh. I could get plus 60 relations with England, or I could get a diplomatic insult casus belli on Norway.
We're already at war with Norway. We're in a truce with them. They're already
Doesn't
at negative.
matter.
Yeah, negative 200 doesn't matter. I'm gonna pull back a diplomat just so I can see.
Okay.
What what Denmark's thoughts are on letting us out.
He probably doesn't care. We're not really doing anything in the war.
Yeah, there's nothing. No way.
Well, Sweden is losing hardcore. They have fought Muscovy so many times in really bad situations. They keep attacking large stacks. And then Muscovy's like, oh, well, that's only a quarter of my army. I'm going to reinforce. And it's like, why don't you just go for these smaller little stacks that are actually in Sweden that you can kill and squish? Wow, even Perm is going to beat up Sweden. Oh, goodness, that's embarrassing.
You think Burgundy's going to be able to turn this war around on Utrecht and Gelre?
He should be able to. Is he building troops?
I don't know, but it's just funny. He's negative 17% against Utrecht. Little old Utrecht. They're about to get annexed, I think. It was the suicide declaration.
But it sounded like a good idea at the time.
Yeah. That was poor collusion. They did not work well together.
Ah, it'll be fine. Yeah, Perm just beat up Sweden's army. Oh my goodness. When Perm beats you up, you know you're in trouble.
Okay, well,
Call it.
Did I bring this one in? I think you did.
No, you did. This is episode 7.
Really?
It is.
Okay, all right. I'll take your word for it. You know what's best.
I always know what's best, and I'm not lagging this time.
That's awesome. You're not a robot either. All right, well, thanks for watching, everyone. We do look forward to seeing you in the next video, airing tomorrow, same time, same place, and we'll see you then.
Have a good day.